All right, so I just got back from my walk. So sometimes that's what I'll do. So depending on the morning, I will potentially go to the gym first thing in the morning, or I will go for a walk and, pray and speak to the Lord. Or sometimes I will sit at home and I will pray before I go out and do anything. And typically he's really on me about eating first thing in the morning recently. So I've kind of had gotten into like a habit of not eating all day. And he's really like kind of pushing me to get back into the swing of like eating properly. So I'm usually starting with a smoothie. So that's kind of an easy way for me to ease into eating right away. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard. So after I usually read the passage, I usually am looking and doing the study as well and checking in on words and interpretations and etc. commentaries. So this really helps me get a better understanding. So at least when I'm, handling text, I'm making sure that there's some level of congruence with the intended meaning of the writer. Doesn't mean that the Lord doesn't necessarily take me in other places some days, but I still try to make sure that I am studying to show myself approved, a worker who need not be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth. All right, so I didn't give you too much of my prayer time. Not really my thing. I spend time with the Lord. I don't have to show you it. Just want to show you like a little sneak peek, but obviously health is birthed from spiritual health, right? So I can't ultimately have a lifestyle of health if it's not grounded in God, if it's not grounded in his word, if it's not grounded in what he said. And so we know that our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So I need to take care of the temple the Lord has given me. Now, this is a journey. This is a process. This is not something that year 1 looks like year 3 or year 3 looks like year 7. It changed and it grew. So even when I see other people's like health journey and they'll say, oh, this is what I think is healthy, it's very different than what I would do, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't have maybe done it at that point in my faith walk, or I wouldn't have done it based on if I had similar experiences. So I think everybody's journey is different. I will say that mine was really produced in number 1, growing up as a person who was athletic. So a lot of this stuff came from old habits I had built a long time ago, but the Lord really removing the foundation of, arrogance, self-righteousness, taking ownership of health in a sense that I produce my own health. He really had to pull the ground up from that. And I'm still doing physiotherapy to date. So my health journey is not necessarily simple or over or anything like that. But one of the things that really he's dealt with me about is health is not just I go to the gym. That's not health. Health is compromised by so many decisions I make, and it is holistic in nature, being that it is my spiritual health, it is my emotional health, it is my psychological health, and it includes my physical health. A person that I personally have liked watching their videos as well made a really important distinction that I am working to adopt better, which is a disciple. Like, if we think of the word, it is grounded in the term discipline. So this was something Ruslan had said, which I thought was really wise, is like, are we disciplined as disciples? And I never really looked at it like that. Let me take my glasses off because it looks super informal. I never looked at being a disciple as being disciplined. And so going through that process of becoming more disciplined, like, what time do I wake up in the morning? How much water do I drink? How do I manage my emotions when I'm overwhelmed? All of these different things kind of started to become greater points of contention for me. And like, how do I handle this? How do I deal with this? And I do think, again, it's a process for everybody, but one of the things that has been a priority for me is that health is consistent decisions I'm making every day. And it's, again, like, you see, like right now I'm going to go run an errand and then I'm going to go to the gym. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I go for a walk today and my health is done. It's like, throughout the day, how am I prioritizing it? Which also, the good thing about that is it means that if I make a decision, like, for example, last night I had these, I went to a church, I visited a church on the weekend. They'd given me these like homemade kind of like donuts, and I had them. I don't feel guilt about it, like, at all. I feel nothing about it. I feel like it was so good. I even put chocolate chips on it after. So it was like, I kind of like dipped it in. I feel nothing about that because I'm going to start again today, and it's not going to impact, like, that I feel condemnation or that I feel like I have to do anything like particular this morning to like make up for it. I enjoyed it, and I continue my life and continue trying to make good decisions for my health. So I hope that this provides a more balanced perspective when you see maybe how I apply it, because I'm not skinny. I don't want to be skinny. That's not my goal. My goal is to be healthy, and I probably look more muscular than I look skinny, and I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, what's important to me is that I can do what the Lord wants me to do first and foremost. That I could, if I was in a position of danger, could I run? That's important to me. I want to know that I can physically protect myself and keep myself safe as well. Like, but also, like, can I lift my groceries? Can I go for a walk? Can I lift things that I need to? If my job requires a physical demand, could I meet that physical demand? And so it's not from the standpoint of like vanity. I'm not looking at my health as a point of vanity. I'm looking at it as a point of, how do I make decisions every single day to better prioritize how God would want me to steward my body? And when I make decisions that, I don't want to say like don't honor the Lord, but like when I make a decision to indulge in something I like or I enjoy, I don't spend it in condemnation, and it doesn't throw the rest of my life away, right? Like, so I'm not going to like eat chocolate and be like, oh, well, the next week is over. Like, no, I'm still going to go to the gym. I'm still going to work out. I'm still going to go for a walk at some point. I'm still going to try to eat something healthy for dinner. Like, do you know what I mean? So anyways, I'm going to take you along with me continuously for the day. And hopefully this is edifying. That's my ultimate goal. I said I was going to eat something as well. I'm eating a protein bar before I go to the gym. And then I have another one after. This is not necessarily how I always eat. I just happened to have gone grocery shopping yesterday. Didn't eat before I went to the gym and grocery shopping. So I bought a box of them. So that's the reason I have them. So it's not like, this is not like my staple. Sometimes I'll have, the keto bread with some peanut butter or honey or cheese. I'll have an apple, like a smoothie. It kind of varies, right? But I do let my body kind of decide to some degree. Like, what do I feel like today? And I try to just kind of listen to what my body asks for, obviously within reason. But I try to be attuned to that and how I feel after eating something. That's super duper important. How do you feel after you consume it? I know it tastes good, but how do you feel? That is becoming more and more important to me. All right, let's go. Going back home, and I am now going to be making something to eat because I have to work soon. I work in the evening typically. I do some work during the day here and there, but my set schedule is in the evening. So I'm just preparing some food, and I'm obviously showered. So I'm feeling good. I feel very accomplished today. Got everything I needed to get done. And yeah, I have about an hour before work starts. So this is my time to really eat. And yeah, and also just health is also how we take care of ourselves in other ways too. So I consider, shower hygiene, all that fun stuff, part of health and a way that I take care of my temple. I don't eat all of these eggs, if that's what you're wondering. This is also for tomorrow. This is one of my time savers.